on to your butts, Marvel fans. There's some new reports about Spider-Man 4 that are really interesting. There's some stuff about Kingpin being involved, but the real juice has to do with rumors that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man may well actually show up in Spider-Man 4. So we need to break this down, and I also have strong opinions about what I think Marvel and Sony should do, so let's get into it. Now, first up, I just want to say this comes from Daniel RPK via his Patreon, and Daniel does have incredible sources, but I really want to express that we got to take this with a grain of salt. We have to treat this as rumor for now. Daniel's been getting a lot of stuff wrong lately. And I think a great example of that is that in this initial report, Daniel put that Vincent D'Onofrio has met with Marvel Studios for the role of Kingpin, and he literally later updated that on his Patreon to say that no official talks have happened yet, and that Kingpin is just in the script for Spider-Man 4. I just think in the past, myself and many others have just taken Daniel at his word too often and not realized that while he does have great sources, some of the ways he reports things just aren't always accurate, and I think he jumps the gun on some scoops as well. But having said that, of course, he does have great sources. We're grateful for the scoops. Let's talk about Kingpin. So initially, Daniel had said that there were actual talks and meetings with Vincent D'Onofrio and Marvel Studios. He later updated that no official talks yet, which is weird because there are long-standing rumors that the plan for Marvel Studios is to make Vincent D'Onofrio the mayor of New York City. This is set up with the post-credit scene of the Echo show, and we've even heard that by the time Daredevil Born Again is rolling, Wilson Fisk will already be the mayor of New York City. And Wilson Fisk outlawing vigilantes seems to be something that's going to happen. It's going to cause conflict in the Daredevil Born Again show. It's also supposed to cause some conflict in Spider-Man 4. And we've even had Vincent D'Onofrio in interviews teasing this out, talking about how he wants his chance to kick Spider-Man's ass. He literally said that recently in interviews. And so I guess the real update here from Daniel is just that Kingpin is in the script for Spider-Man 4. But the next part of the scoop here is really interesting. This is where all the juice is. This has to do with Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man and Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man, and Sony's desire to have them both in Spider-Man 4. It says here they are seriously considering bringing Tobey and Andrew back again. Feige and Holland want the movie to be more grounded, but Sony wants it to be huge. That is really interesting. I've got a lot to say about this, but I kind of want to stop and ask you, are you more on Marvel's side with this, or are you more on Sony's side with this? Because I saw a lot of fans online reacting to this in a way where they seem to want a grounded street level Spider-Man. And in fact, I even saw some fans saying, do not bring Andrew and Tobey back. It's going to feel gimmicky. It's going to feel like it's too much. And we want those characters all back together, but let's just like save that for Secret Wars. So I got to ask you, chat, where are you at with that? Let me know in the comment section below. I also just want to mention that I reported a long time ago that I had heard Tobey Maguire would be coming back for Spider-Man 4. A lot of other scoopers and insiders tried to say I was wrong about that that's not actually happening, but alas, we have this report here. And I just want to explain to you guys that I've kind of been hearing both, right? I've been hearing that, yes, they're going to do a lot of street level stuff with Daredevil, Punisher possibly, and this will of course have to do with Fisk in New York City. But I also had people telling me a long time ago that Tobey was going to be coming back and that the multiverse was going to be a big part of Spider-Man 4. So given what I've been hearing, when I look at what Daniel's actually saying here, I think he's being too vague, and I think people are taking it out of context. Frankly, I think Feige and Holland do actually want this movie to be multiversal. At least Feige does. I mean, the evidence for that is that there's so many reports about Tom Holland Spider-Man being a huge deal for the next 2 Avengers films. There's even some reports and rumors that Tom Holland is somehow important to the multiverse in general, that he's like the chosen one and super important for actually beating Kang, possibly even for beating the Beyonder gang and saving the entire multiverse. I actually want to do a full video on that. Let me know if you're interested in that in the comments section down below. But to me, it's fascinating that Holland could be that important to the multiverse. I think it might even have to do with the spell that Doctor Strange cast at the end of No Way Home. So I think Feige does want it to be multiversal. I just think the desire from Feige and from Tom Holland is to have it be meaningful for the character of Peter Parker. Like, it's absolutely true that you need time with Peter just being the friendly neighborhood spider, and we have to establish that for this character to then understand the sort of differences and the craziness of then jumping in to the multiverse itself. It'll probably be similar to what you see in Infinity War, right? Where you have Peter, who at the time was kind of on the path of being the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Like, there's that whole rift between him and Tony that's set up in his prior film. But Peter says you can't be the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man if there's no neighborhood. So he goes to help save the world, which in turn saves the neighborhood. And I also think Feige and Sony want to bring back Tobey Maguire and Andrew. I mean, after Spider-Man No Way Home, we heard so many rumors and reports that Sony wanted to bring them back, Marvel wanted to bring them back, that they want to come back, but it all has to make sense. It has to be the right story. Look at how much money that movie made and look at how well it was received. Of course they want to bring all of them back. And I think No Way Home is a perfect example of how to use the multiversal stuff while also having an actual arc for Tom Holland's Spider-Man character. Like, I don't think No Way Home gets enough credit for actually taking him through an arc, having the Aunt May, die thing, having him almost go dark side, and then realizing he has to be that hero, and then making an ultimate sacrifice at the end. Like, I tend to believe that the ending of No Way Home is one of the best endings out of any comic book movie I've ever seen. It puts Peter Parker exactly at the place that fans want. But I suppose that is why fans are tending to want more of that. They want more of the grounded Peter because we just got Peter there. Like, the path that Tom Holland's Peter Parker has been on has been really interesting and abnormal compared to the other Spider-Man. Like, he's hanging out with the Avengers, he's doing stuff with Iron Man, all kinds of crazy stuff is happening to this guy. And it feels like we just put him into a familiar place. Now he's actually, living in that crappy apartment. He's broke. Nobody knows who he is. He made his own suit. He's got a police scanner. He's just gonna be Spider-Man. So I guess what I'm saying is, if you look at all the rumors and leaks, not just in this report, but from the past couple of years, it feels obvious that we're going to get a hybrid of sorts with this movie. I think you will get a lot of street level grounded stuff going on, but I also believe that they're going to crack open the multiverse. I feel strongly that this movie is going to set up major things for the multiverse saga, for Avengers 5 and Avengers 6, and just the whole thing with the multiversal Avengers. There's also been a report from Daniel himself that Ant-Man might be involved in Spider-Man 4, and that feels like an obvious route to get to multiversal stuff. Ant-Man and his connection to the quantum realm, and the fact that he fought against Kang and now knows about the threat of different Kangs from throughout the multiverse. Him being in the movie suggests to me that that is the route by which Kevin Feige wants to get into the multiversal shenanigans. And another thing to add here, this is just kind of like a juicy little extra thing. Some other scoopers have been teasing out that all of the Spider-Man, Tobey, Andrew, and Tom, will meet Deadpool and Wolverine in Secret Wars. And we've heard that Tobey is one of the leads of Secret Wars. He's really important. They want him and Hugh Jackman and Robert Downey Jr. together. But Tom Holland Spider-Man is said to be the lead of Avengers 5. He was going to be the lead of Kang Dynasty. He might be so important to the multiverse fabric overall. Maybe he's the key to defeating the Beyonder Gang. And so I think just all of that points to a hybrid movie where you will get some grounded stuff with Peter, and then probably crazy stuff happening, cracking open of the multiverse, Tobey and Andrew coming in, and setting up the fact that now Tom has some crazy stuff to do to try to help save the multiverse. Let me know what you think about all this in the comment section below. And as I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video.